First, create a rectangle, center align it, and keep a lighter color. Select the layer and search for roundness. Increase the value to make the corners more round so it looks nicer. Duplicate the layer, remove the fill, and keep only the stroke. Duplicate this layer again, then press G to enable the pen tool. Click this icon and make a rough selection. Now, add deep glow to this layer and adjust the settings to your preference. When we zoom in, we can see a rough division between the glow and the normal stroke. To fix this, select the glow layer, search for feather, and adjust the mask feather value until it looks smooth. For the dotted line, create a new rectangle outside the main one and change the color to white. Select the layer, search for dashes, and adjust the values of dash and offset to create the dotted effect. Now, while selecting the layer, press G, click this icon, and create a mask to remove the upper right part. Then press M on the keyboard and check the inverted box. Next, add the text Now import the AIM PNG image. To change the color of the icon, apply the tint effect and set the color to yellow. Create a circle using the ellipse tool. Hold Shift like your life depends on it for a perfect round shape, and align it with the AIM icon. For the counting animation, I used a preset from Creative Dojo. Check out this video and grab the preset for free, because who doesn't love free stuff? Now let's create another circle by holding Shift to maintain a perfect round shape. Select the layer, right-click, go to Layer Styles, and choose Gradient Overlay. Click on Edit Gradient to adjust the colors as needed. Apply Deep Glow and tweak the values to your liking. Then, duplicate this circle twice. Position one in the center and another at the top right corner. Using the pen tool, we will now create the smoothest line in editing history. Add trim paths to the line layer. Set a keyframe for end at the start with a value of 0%, and another at the end with 100%. This will animate the line from start to finish. Next, select the layer, search for taper, and adjust the start length to 23% and the end length to 16% to create a sharp effect. Now, take a deep breath. As a beginner, you've already learned a lot, but if you're determined, let's move to the next step. We will crack the balls. Now, split the first ball by pressing Ctrl plus Shift plus D when the line touches the ball. Select the new split layer, press G, click this icon, and create a cracking shape mask. Duplicate the layer by pressing Ctrl plus D. Press M, check inverted, and this will make it look like a single ball. To add a realistic animation, we'll keyframe the position and rotation to make the movement feel natural. Now to create the red paint effect, select the layer and keyframe the color under gradient overlay. Add a keyframe at the beginning. Add another keyframe right after, and move the slider to where we want the color to return to normal. In between these keyframes, add another keyframe and change the color to red. Repeat this process for the other two shapes. I almost forgot. We need to add a scale-up animation to make it look more dynamic. Create a keyframe for scale at the beginning with a value of 0. After a few frames, set it to 100. Select both keyframes, press F9 to apply Easy Ease for a smooth animation. Repeat the same steps for the other two shapes. Now, let's create the broken pieces animation. First, create a small round shape and align it to the center of the big ball. Move this layer below the big ball so that it goes behind it. Rename it for better organization. Next, click this icon to solo the layer, so we can see only this shape. Apply the shatter effect to it. Change view to rendered. Set pattern to glass. Change force 1 strength to 1. Set gravity to 0, otherwise the pieces will fall. Increase repetitions to 200 for finer details. Right now, the pieces are breaking in the wrong direction. To fix this, move the impact point to match the direction where the arrow hits. Adjust the layer's position so that it aligns with the ball's cracking area. Now, add an opacity keyframe so that it fades out just before the line hits the second ball. Now duplicate this small ball for the other two, align them accordingly, and adjust force 1's position for both to make it look realistic. Make sure these small ball layers are below the line layer. Now, select all layers by pressing Ctrl plus A, right-click, and pre-compose them. And now it's time to become a filmmaker and add camera movement to it. Now let's add a camera. I'm using the 50mm preset for this. Make the pre-comp 3D by clicking this little icon. Then add a null object and connect the camera to it. Don't forget to make the null 3D too. Now, let's add a keyframe on the Z position to create that smooth zoom-in effect. Go to the camera settings, turn on depth of field, and add a keyframe to aperture to get that nice blur effect. Next, we need to split the camera and null object. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus D to do that. Now, delete the old null, create a new one, and connect the camera to it. Add keyframes to make sure the first ball stays in the center. Keep every ball centered when the line hits it. And to make the impact feel real, add camera shake by keyframing every time the line hits a ball. Now, let's make it look even better. Add a solid layer and move it to the bottom. Apply the gradient ramp effect and tweak the colors to give it a clean, stylish look. And for that final touch, add an adjustment layer. Apply the CC vignette effect. Set amount to 250 and angle of view to 50. That's going to pull the viewer's focus right to the center and make everything look way more cinematic. Let's add deep glow to the line. I think it will look better.